Hello, and welcome to Down to Stick. So, I wanted to show you how I do my stickers here, how I put them together. I had a customer ask me, sorry, I always call viewers customers, just used to it. How I do my design work. So, I'm going to start with these two rifles I got here, and I've already got them kind of ready, crossed. I have this folder here, well, with all these different files of just several different types of guns, weapons, grenades, everything. I really like my bullets there, but so I grabbed two of those. So I'm gonna come over here in this tab and just work on just a decal, just to kind of show you what the process that goes into it for me. I'm not gonna get too crazy with the design, but I'm just gonna show you basically what I do. So first thing I did was I crossed the guns. Now, just to make sure everything is even, I select them all. I hit my vertical align bottom tool. Boom, there you go. So we're good there. Now I'll go ahead and group these. Just so you might have noticed, I do my stuff out here instead of on the artboard. And I know I can turn down the transparency of that, but whatever, it's just easier. I don't like having all that white behind it sometimes. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ellipsis tool. Let's go ahead and make a circle. Take away the fill. We want that to be about the size of these weapons. Okay, another thing real quick. So when I do design work, I always do it in millimeters. Then when I'm ready to size it up for printing, I change to inches. It's just how I do it. And then right here, the reason I do that is when I roll my mouse wheel, it goes in really small increments. Now if you have that on inches, it's going to drop down, up and down, like dramatically. So that's why I do millimeters. But that right there looks okay. So I'm going to select everything again, use my alignment tools. So everything's lined up. Now I don't like how close that is down there on the edge. So I'm just going to grab my guns and just pull them up just a little bit. See, you got a little bit there, a little bit of clearance there. Okay, so that's good. That's where I want it. Now, next thing I'm going to do is copy that. So bring a copy of that over there, and I'll turn the fill on, if I want. Get rid of that gradient. Okay. Let's go to type on a path tool. Click that. Let's put, let's do American Patriot. And then we'll just turn up the stroke there. We want that about, we'll go about right there. Now, before we do any aligning, I'm going to choose a font. So let's do this Army one that I have. Right there. Then I'll get my direct selection tool. Grab that little bar there and just kind of straighten this out. I hate when it does that. It drives me crazy. Hang on, let me grab this. Okay. Knock it off. Okay, there we go. Makes me look like I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so we want that about right there. And if you want to get really technical, you can turn on your rulers, drag your slider down, your guide, and see how that just lines up perfectly there. And to get rid of that, you go to View, Guides, Clear Guides. So, yeah. And there's a lot you can do with guides. You can attach things to them. I mean, there's tons of stuff. If you want a video on that, I can do that. just let me know. Okay, so we got that. So now let's copy that and go back to our type and then do, how about, let's do the Don't Tread on Me. By the way, I'm making just a patriotic sticker here, so no particular reason, it's just goes with the guns. Okay, so I'm going to drag this so it's on the bottom there, okay? About right there. Looks good. Maybe we could pull it over just a tiny bit. Right there. I don't like that either. Let's go about here. Oh, come on. About right there. Now, you want to get this and this one, and let's line those up. So do your alignment tools. Now, what you might notice here, and I should have locked the layer so I didn't have to realign that. But what you notice here is down here, this oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm going to lock that one. Actually, I locked the wrong. Okay. So I've noticed it. See how this is running through the guns? Well, you don't want that, okay? So go up to your type on a path, options, and do a sender. Hit your preview. There you go. See how that pulled that under that line? Now, by doing that, you're going to have to realign it. I forgot to mention that when I was sitting there screwing with it. Okay, so now you got everything perfectly rounded around those guns. And if I'm moving slow, I'm sorry. I'm normally I spend hours doing this sometimes, and not used to talking into a camera while I'm doing it. Okay, so everything's lined up, looks good. What I might want to do here, let's take that lettering, let's just go a little bigger. About there. Okay. Now, what I do, let's add a few elements real quick. Let's do 1776. I'm just going to lock everything there for now. 1776. Over here, maybe, let's do Land of the Free. But I don't want to use that same font for everything, so let's do the Declaration of Independence font. Where's it at? Where's it at? Right there. All right, so now see how that just looks kind of crappy. So go ahead and just create your outlines. We're just going to grab, let's ungroup everything. We're just going to grab this top row. You can go ahead and unite that in your Pathfinder. See, that looks a lot better to me. So I'm going to unite everything. Maybe, yeah, we'll go about there. Let's go just a little bit smaller. Okay. Looks good. Now, we need something down here. Oh, how about I normally have all this ready, but I'm gonna open up my pack of Gadsden flags right here. Come on. All right, let's do this guy. We'll put him on the bottom since he's you know, you got the don't tread on me there. Looks great. Love how that sits there. All right, so next thing we want to do is maybe add some stars. Let's go to File, Place, and I'll go into my SVG files, grab my stars, ungroup since I have two of those, so I don't need them both, but we're going to turn that one black. I kind of like these nautical stars too, but I don't know if they really go with the American theme, you know. What we could do is maybe put a couple here. And there's a way to line these up so you're not you could actually line them up exactly to go with the circle. I'm not going to do that for this one. We'll just line everything up, and we'll go about there. Okay, bring that one up to the top, grab these two, bring them up just a little bit, about in between of the other ones. Looks good. Now you can get like I said, there's a way to line these up, or to make these where they're going to fit perfectly. Hang on, let me get this done here and I'll show you. But see how I got those kind of pointing, where if there was a circle they would almost fit on it? Let me show you how you can do that. I'm going to take this one here, go to Object, Repeat, do Radial. Now see how you got this pack of stars here? Oops. So let's go to Object, Repeat, Options. Let's do 13 stars because of the 13 colonies. Hit your preview if you want. Don't need to just yet because of the now see how if you drag that it adds and subtracts your stars. That's what that's for. Okay, so we got 13 stars. Now let's put this about here. And it's late at night. I'm really tired, so I'm sorry if I'm moving slow, talking slow. What I'm doing here is I'm just taking my text there and just grouping it so it's all grouped together. And what I should have done before I even did these stars was take these other stars, all these small ones, these nautical stars, and just group those. So now we can lock those in place. Let's take our American Patriot and our Don't Tread on Me circles there. I'm going to group those, and then we're going to lock those in place. We can take that, lock it in place. So now everything is locked up where we don't want it moving. So that really helps it so you're not knocking things around everywhere. Oops. So I want at least 3 stars here. So what I'm going to do is grab the slider. We got about 3 stars, about there. We'll take these sliders here, get rid of those. Just bringing this down here. We'll rotate just a little bit. Let's rotate back. Okay, not bad. So let's go to Object, Expand. Okay, ungroup. And again, you know, I'm probably doing, there's graphic designers out there probably watching me going, man, I'm doing this the hard way, but not trying to impress anybody right now. I'm just trying to show you how I do things. Okay, so everything so far, now say that's exactly how we want to run this sticker. And you can use this, you know, for a t-shirt graphic, whatever, you know. I'm just showing you how I do a sticker. I did take those top 2 stars there and pull them just out a little bit. All right, grab everything there. Let's go ahead and group it all. Next thing we want to do is take this guy here. Make sure he's in the bottom over there on your layers panel. Real quick too, before we do anything, let's see what the size is. Now here's where I'm going to start. Here's where I'm going to go to inches. So let's go to my document setup, go to inches. It's just easier for me. It's probably annoying to people watching, like, why are you doing all this extra work? All right, so we want, let's go to 6 inches. We want to take this guy, height, and go to, let's go to about 6.5. Now let's line all these up. Okay, now looks like everything disappeared. It's just because my round shape is also black, as you know, the lettering, stars, everything. Let's get rid of that fill so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so that looks good, but I want it down just a tiny bit, about there. And then we'll go down, whoops. Let's go down just a bit. So that's right there. Looks like a good one. Okay. Now, one thing I want to do, let's lock that one there again. I want to copy this circle. We're going to add a fill. We're going to turn that white. Let's see how when you put that back there, it looks good. But it looks kind of plain, right? So I'm going to open up my Grunge Texture file. Let me show you. Destroy right here. Now this is one I use quite a bit actually right here. So let me show you this. Okay. So let's get this big enough to cover the whole circle. See how it would add that, just all them scratches and all that behind the into the white. Now let's make that a compound path. Now you want that texture to be on top in your layers panel, on top of that ellipsis, that white one. Let me show you. Let me show you why. So highlight both of those. Go into your Pathfinder, minus front. Now what that did was it carved out all them little black shapes out of that white, see? But if you if you take this, if I was to take this and send it to print, these little carve outs, they're not going to matter because the material is white, so it's going to just print white. That's just going to come out as white, you know, the way before we even did that. So the reason, what we want to do here is grab this guy, copy it, fill it, put that back. Could line those up if you want, you know, with tools if you want. Now, when we print this one, you're going to have that black in there, so that's going to make it where it's going to have that texture showing now. Now let's group those. Let's take. All right. Let's group these, and let's align these. Boom. See, there you go. Got you a nice sticker there. Now, what we need to do before we print is I'm going to just take that bottom black one. I'm just going to enlarge that just a tiny bit, put a border on it. See how I did that? Now, when you cut it, you want to add a little bit of a bleed. Okay, so let's make another copy of this guy. And then we will turn him into a spot color stroke, which mine aren't here, so let's open them up. I'm just gonna, yeah, there you go. So what I did there, I'm trying to show you here. See how, so that's that Roland BN20 spot color swatch. So let's get rid of the fill. I turned my stroke down to 0.25. And now I'm messing everything up. Oh my gosh, come on. I forgot that that one there is part of a group. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to just take that and drag it out of the group. You want it on top anyway. There we go. Now let's regroup all this stuff. And there you go. Ready to cut. Now see how you got your cut contour right on the edge there? That's where that machine's going to cut. Now sometimes if your cut adjustment's off, you're going to have a little bit of white showing. You don't want that. So what I do, instead of fighting with that machine all the time, which I tend to do, I'm going to go back to millimeters. Select my cut contour and just roll it down a couple notches. Now, I just made that bleed, see? So when it cuts, if that cuts off just a tiny bit, you're going to still get that black because you got that bleed in there. But that's it, you know. You can add whatever you want to this design. I mean, say you decide, you know, I want to add a flag. Let's do an American flag. We could in fact, I think that actually adds to the design. So we could add something like that there. Now up here in your layers panel, you want that to be in your group, in that group with all this other stuff. So just take that, put it in there, see. So now that's part of that group. So when you select that, it's all selected. See how if I get rid of that group, everything's gone. the benefits of grouping and ungrouping, that really helps when you're designing. Just keeps things organized. But that's it. I mean, that's one way to put together a sticker design. I tend to do a little more like these cross guns. Let me show you something here. I'll select those, go to Effect, Stylize, Drop Shadow. See how it put that shadow underneath those rifles? And it just gives it that little bit of that 3D look. And that made a lot of difference just doing that. So you can play with it, have fun, you know. This is ready to send straight to the BN20. You know, you just save it as an EPS file, PDF, whatever. Over here, my layers panel, everything's organized. So I got one layer with all my image work, and then my top layer with my cut contour line. And that's it, guys. I mean, the perfectly good sticker there. There's so much you can do. I mean, you can take these stars here, add a 3D effect, a gradient. In fact, let me show you that real quick. So this one here, so let's add a gradient to it. See how I did that there? Made that star just that nice kind of silver effect. You know, even that looks badass. You can take that drop shadow I did with the rifle, put it behind the stars. I mean, there's just a million things you can do. The main thing you want to remember is once you're done, you got to have that cut contour line in place or it's not going to cut it out. And you got to have it in your layers panel. You got to have that cut contour on top of everything. Don't have it in the middle. And so if it's not on top, it's not going to read it. But I hope this was cool to watch. I appreciate you watching. Sorry, I'm half asleep. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now. But yeah, thanks for watching.